Automotive Parts Headquarters is my family's business. My grandpa got involved sweeping floors in high school and was passed on to my dad in the mid-70s, and I got involved after graduating from school in the year 2000.
Our core business at Automotive Parts Headquarters is selling automotive parts primarily to the wholesale account. Joe's Garage, where you would take your vehicle, that's about 70% of our business. The rest is retail business where they walk into our brick and mortar building and purchase auto parts.
From an inventory perspective, our challenge is taking care of that installer customer as quickly as possible, and so having everything he needs as close to him as possible. And so if that's up on the Canadian border, we need to make sure that we've got everything we need up there and not more than we need.
We have over 1 million part numbers in our warehouse computer system that we need to sift through to make sure that we get the correct parts out into our stores. A typical store would have about 20,000 part numbers. We want to make sure that we have the best 20,000 part numbers in a particular location, and that varies by location.
I think there's a customer expectation that when they have the car up on the hoist, that part that they need to repair that car is available at the store down the street. And so having a part available at the warehouse, which might be able to get to them in a half a day, is not going to do them any good with the car up on the hoist. And so what we need to do was to get the inventory where it's needed in the store.
Word came down from headquarters that we were going to be making some changes for the better with our inventory system. And of course there were going to be some hurdles along the way. We were going to have some issues where we needed to pull a large amount of stock out of the stores. But in return, we were going to get more of the product that we drastically needed to take care of our customers.
We built our own database. We started from scratch, an SQL database that we could go in and tweak it at any point. Once we saw the results and saw some things that just didn't look right, we could easily go in there and just make our adjustments. In previous software that we've tried, we were set with whatever parameters they gave us, and we weren't happy with that. We weren't getting the results that we felt we should be.
I like to look at it as our inventory system is really a balance of efficiency. We have the efficiency of centralized inventory management and a balance of effectiveness with the local input that we get from the store manager and their team. And we have a system in place in this model for them to provide that input so that we can service the unique needs of those customers, whether or not there's a lot of vehicles in operation in that market.
Sales information, lost sales information, data that we get in from the store managers, all of those criteria go into the database to say, in this particular market, we should have these parts and we should not have these.
And having a documented process, we are able to, without significant labor, update every store every other month with all of their inventory. And so there are not the dramatic shifts in that store's inventory. And it also has impacted the efficiency in our warehouse because we're getting returns back on an ongoing basis. We have daily returns, bi-monthly updates, and new numbers going in on a constant basis.
As part of these inventory updates, we're seeing that we have more of the correct parts on our shelf when the customers call. Before implementing this program, I mean, there would be times where we'd look things up and the customers say, well, how come you got one but not two, and you have the left side but not the right side? You know, I want to do a complete job for the customer.
The primary benefit is the confidence that not only the people in the store have with our inventory levels, but also with our customers. Before, we didn't always have what we needed, but now they've got complete confidence that when the customer calls, they're going to have that product on the shelf. And as that progresses, the customer is going to have more and more confidence in our store that they're going to have the inventory that they need, and thus continue to call us.
Our success is measured by the inventory turns. How often are they turning out in the stores? And with 72 corporate locations, 35 independent locations, we've seen vast improvements in that inventory turn since we started using this database.
Our lost sales decreased. Our overall sales, both on a same-store basis and on an overall basis, increased significantly. And so it has shown very good results for us over the last 2 years. But Polk recognizing that is truly a feather in our cap, and we appreciate that recognition. We know that the award is held in very high regard in our industry. and to be a recipient means a lot.
It's a very exciting thing internally, and especially considering some of the other award winners. We're clearly the little guy on the roster, and so we're proud to be this year's recipient.